What's up, guys? This is OmegaLiar, and today I'm not bringing you a gameplay. I'm actually bringing you a discussion video. And on discussion videos, I usually like to ask for a like because I'm bringing you a lot of information here, and I think you might really learn something towards the end. And you could very easily change up your play style. So and also, just before I get into the video, I guess I should give a shout out to Successful Fails and Wiener just for hanging out in the lobby. I hope you guys had a good time. I guess. Enjoy your shout out. So yeah, let's jump right into it. Now to start off, I'm going to be giving you a demonstration of the FMG9, but just to quickly get the stats out of the way, it's unlocked with created classes. It's got 36 bullets in a magazine, and that increases to 54, or yeah, 54, I think, when you put extended mags on that, so it has a lot of ammo. It's a 3-shot kill up close, making it a high damage a high damage machine pistol with a high fire rate of 1,034 rounds per minute, and a sort of irrelevant 5 shots at max range. But you're not going to notice the 5 shots too much because you're not going to really get kills with this gun at its max range, unless you're using the Akimbo attachment with steady aim. Because obviously, as most of you know, this gun is extremely effective with Akimbo. And you can also use it with a silencer as a very viable secondary weapon if you're using an assault rifle, LMG, or something like that, just to switch up close, because it actually does better than most of the submachine guns at very short range, more like shotgun range. But one thing you have to keep in mind, and I'm sure everyone knows this, so I'm just kicking a dead horse, it has a long pull-out time, so you may have to be careful for that. But that's about the only downside of this gun. Is amazing, and it's undeniable, unfortunately. But I don't want to get into too much about it. You guys know it's good, but I think it's more important to focus on the other guns, because I think a lot of them are very good as well. So let's just move on. Next up, we have the MP9, unlocked at level 16. It's got 32 bullets to the magazine. That's 48 extended mags. So again, it's got a lot of ammo. Plus, one benefit with all the machine pistols is they have 3 extra full reloads instead of the regular 2 of the primary weapons, and 1 of LMGs. But to the important stuff, it's got a 4-shot kill up close and a 5 to 6-shot kill at range. It was varying for me. But and it fires 895 rounds a minute. Now, this is interesting because the 4-shot kill is something I never noticed. Which shows it is very, very powerful, and I did test this 2-shot headshot. Because it's so accurate, and yes, it has quite a decent amount of recoil, especially when not aiming, but it reduces when you are aiming down sights, and it only goes up. Now, another benefit to this is that, one, it only goes up, and it's got no idle sweat, so there's no other factor that would be holding you back. This is also very good secondary. This is more of a second primary as opposed to a versatility weapon, because it doesn't fare that good at close range that the high power, high fire rate weapons like the G18 and FMG9 do. So this is more like a second primary, almost like an assault rifle. So I would suggest using like that, a short, medium, and long range. Now, as for attachments, I would recommend using the silencer or the extended mags, because with the silencer, you have none of that flash, and you have none of the smoke, and you obviously get to stay off radar, which is just a general benefit. But at range, you're really only going from a 4 to a 5-shot kill, and that's not a huge difference. And because it's so controllable, and you can predict exactly where it's going to be and manage the recoil yourself, putting a silencer makes long shots even easier than they were before, and at close range, you're still going to have just about the same thing. So a silencer would be my recommendation, but if you just absolutely refuse to use the silencer, then your next best option would be extended mags, or I sort of can't really recommend Akimbo, although there are a glitch that I don't know if it's been patched or not that may still be in effect that causes them to fire very, very quickly. But I still think the best way to use this is as a precision weapon, not a spray and pray. So now that that's out of the way, let's move on to the next weapon. Next up, we got the Skorpion, which is probably what is considered the worst one out of all of these. It's unlocked to level 36. It's got 20 bullets in a magazine. That's 30 extended mags. It is a 4-shot kill, 2-shot headshot, and then increases to a 5-shot kill at range. And it has the slowest fire rate of all of the of the machine pistols at 857, and with a 4-shot kill, that makes it a fairly slow kill. However, what are the upsides with using the Skorpion? Well, with one, while aiming down sights, again, the recoil is straight up only, and there's no idle sway, so that's an upside. 2, the Skorpion has this weird benefit that no other gun in the game has, as far as I know, which is while holding it, and this is not while running and then switching to it, while holding it and then running, you get the benefits of extreme conditioning minus 3 steps. So it's a very prevalent, it's very useful, and if you pair it with extreme conditioning, I could run halfway across this entire map, because it basically adds on an extra sprint. So it's a very useful gun in that sense, and it's not the worst weapon in the game. Now, the way I recommend this gun is there's only 2 ways you can use it, and that's akimbo or with a silencer. And I guess behind that is extended mags, but the sights are worthless. Now, the reason you use a silencer is because it is controllable, and it does give you that sprint, so you can be running around and stay off radar and constantly have that edge on people. Or you can use the akimbo, which is a fairly underrated combo. And as you can see here, when I'm firing hip fire, it doesn't recoil. It stays in the same spot. It's no different with akimbo. So if you use akimbo and steady aim, you can just run around people. You don't have to worry about any recoil. You just keep the crosshair on them. And you can pick up kills really easily because you're not having to cope with any outside factor of recoil. So the Skorpion Akimbo or the Skorpion Silencer is the way to go, and you can pick up your sprint benefit and get to where you need to go faster. So for this reason, the Skorpion is actually very good, and you don't need to level it up. No attachment to get the same benefit as you do with any attachment. And for that reason, I think the Skorpion is actually pretty balanced with the other ones, because you can't get that benefit with anything else. But let's move on to the next gun now, after this shoots out. Now, the last machine pistol I'm going to be covering in this video, and also the last machine pistol you get unlocked at level 70 is obviously the G18. It's got, as well as the Skorpion, 20 rounds per magazine. That increases to 30 with extended mags. It is a 3-shot kill, on contrary to popular belief, which goes up to a 5-shot kill at range, which, similar to the FMG, is completely irrelevant, and you're never ever going to be getting that. But it does fire 1,000 rounds a minute, which is nice. Now, the fact that it's got lower ammo count than the FMG, and it's got somewhat more recoil than the FMG, and the fact that you unlock it later than the FMG, and the benefits of this gun don't really seem to outweigh the negative sides to the FMG. Now, but there are ways to use this gun effectively, and I'm going to be telling that to you now. So as far as attachments go, you can't use akimbo. As you've probably noticed, and you'll see it right here, as soon as you fire hip fire, it hits max recoil almost instantly. And it's not worth trying to cope with it. Just aim down sights. You get a more controllable recoil pattern, and you have less visual recoil than the FMG9. This is how the G18 is supposed to be used. Now, for this reason, akimbo is out of the question. Red dot sight is useless. Use extended mags or silencer. With extended mags, you can obviously just spray longer, and with the only up recoil, you can even pick up medium range shots. But idle sway is still a problem, and same as the FMG, it cannot be addressed. It just is there. But with the silencer, it becomes a full auto secondary pistol, because unlike any other machine pistol, this swaps like a pistol, like a regular handgun. And that's where its benefit comes in. Because it's such a close-range powerhouse while aiming down sights, it can be used in a way where you're not... it's a sort of a last resort kind of weapon. If you're using M4, you're out of ammo, and there's a guy right there, and you're both trying to figure out what to do, you just swap this out and spray him down, and that's how it's going to be used. It's not like the FMG where you want to plan for close range. This is just pull it out and go. So sleight of hand is also pretty good for the G18. Now, so as well as with the high fire rate and no akimbo, I mean, this gun, it's really not that bad. I was experimenting with it a lot today, and the fact that it doesn't have as much visual recoil as the FMG, and if you just take this into mind that hip firing is not the way to go, I really do think you can find a useful pistol out of this. But speaking of pistols, I do want to move on because this is a video covering the best secondary, and I'll give you my conclusion in the end. But so far, this machine pistols I can't really say. So if you want to skip through the end, you can. But for right now, let's just move on to the pistols. Now next up, we got the 5.77, but I'm not bringing you the regular 5.77. This is the 5.77 Akimbo, and there's a special thing that you may or may not know, and that's the 5.77 Akimbo have a reload time of 0. When you hit X, they are reloaded, no question, full or not. That's how it works, and you can do this. You can master this reload cancel through sprinting with steady aim or a YY. I think sprinting with steady aim is more effective, and you have the fastest reload in the game. And what the 5.77s are is the high capacity pistols that are absolutely in every way better than the P99 and the USP. They have more ammo and no considerably larger amounts of recoil. So the 5.77 out of the low damage 3-shot kill, 2-shot headshot pistols are supreme. And for this reason, I'm showing you the Akimbo because this is just a trick, and they are pretty effective with the tight hipfire spread. But next up, I'm going to be showing you the other effective attachment with the 5.77, which is the silencer, because it also is the best silence pistol.
Yeah, plant your tac. Don't just wait.
Wow.
Don't get to plant my tac. I'm planting my tac. I'm picking my nose.
Sorry.
I'm just planting my tac. I just don't.
Here's the silence demonstration. And as you'll be able to see here, and just for the record, I don't use mods, and if you don't believe me, for all of you new subscribers and people who are not subscribed and just looking for some information, there's that video on my channel, just for the record. But the 5.77, because it doesn't have more recoil than the other pistols, and because it has more ammo, and because at least I just like the way it reloads, but this is the best silenced pistol, this is the best unsilenced pistol, this is the best Akimbo low-powered pistol, this is the best. This is one of, and probably the best pistol in the game, but you can't forget the high-powered weapons, so let's move on to those real quick. Here we have the 44 Magnum Akimbo, which I think is the best high-powered Akimbo pistols, and I have clips of the Deagle, which I'll put in at the end, but they get consistent 2-shot kills, they have a tight hipfire spread, not too much recoil, faster reload than the MP other revolver, whatever it's called, and less recoil than the Deagle. So I think they're the way to go. They're powerful. They're decent at a medium range, and I just think they're a lot of fun to use as well. So moving on to the next part, which is I think the single one. We'll see in a sec. Now here we have the 44 Magnum with a single. It's got 6 shots, 2-shot kill to the upper chest and above. Plus, it's also pretty decent without aiming down sights, although I think aiming down sights is better because the fire spread is generally pretty small anyway. So it's better to get more accurate shots. Plus, this shot falls to a 4-shot kill at range, I think. It might be 5. But the fact that it doesn't have too much recoil means that if you moderate your firing, you can pick up long shots. And I actually have picked up long shots. And if you're not going to be using the Akimbo, or for whatever reason, I think that's probably the best way to do it. But or if you just want a tac knife, then this is the good tac knife. But you could also use the USP Akimbos as a good knifing thing, or the 5.7 tac knife, which is also very good. But and for reasons I've already explained. But it also sort of comes down to what you like best. So I can only recommend so much. But as far as I'm concerned, the 44 Magnum and the 5.7 are superior in the pistols for separate reasons. So let's just move on to the conclusion.
I gotta be at a higher sensitivity though.
Oh, what's the?
Now, what's the conclusion we can draw from what you just watched or skimmed through, whatever you did? And that is, there really isn't a best per se. It's what you're using it for. If you want a gun that's great in a clutch situation where you're out of ammo and you need to pull something out that'll kill them really quick, use the G18. If you need something that you're willing to prepare for close range engagements and you want something extremely powerful, use the FMG. If you want something that will, when you run out of ammo and you're not using scavenger, that you feel like you're not unarmed at any range, use the MP9. And if you want to be able to sprint around the map and use that to your tactical advantage, use the Skorpion. if you want a pistol that is either the best silenced pistol that you can get, or
Really?
has a reload like nothing else, use the 5.77. Or if you want the best powerhouse pistol, use the 44 Magnum. It really just depends how you use it. Although most the other pistols are useless except for the 5.77 and 44. But that's what you can take away from this video for whatever you saw. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Like, comment, rate, subscribe, favorite, do all that great stuff. And I'll see you in my next commentary. Thank you for watching, and I love everyone.